I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational.
You can do it!
But that just wouldn't be our style.
Welcome to Project Reclamation, where you rebuild, re-energize, and reclaim your life.
All right, welcome to Project Reclamation. My name is Tim. I'm here with Steve in San Diego, and we got JB in Nashville, Tennessee.
What's up?
Steve,
Nashville,
JB.
Nashy Nash. This is weird. We're a whole country apart, but when people listen to this, it'll feel like we're in the same room. I love that.
Yes.
Technology.
I feel like we're in the same room. So, guys, it's our first episode. We're going to try and bring this to you weekly. What is Project Reclamation? Project Reclamation is something that the three of us came up with. It was kind of born with Steve and I talking, and I had just recently made some changes to my life, including losing a bunch of weight, which I'm still doing. And Steve was like, dude, well, Steve, you tell the story.
You know, honestly, that's pretty much there's not too much other than we've been friends for our whole lives, and I've seen you try and change, and I just trying to make changes myself too, and in my emotional life and social life, and I just felt like it was time to change. I think we all needed to change. It's that quarter life crisis, so we kind of hit that up, and Project Reclamation, reclaiming our lives, was born.
Well, and I feel like
Absolutely.
I feel like the kind of the turning point here was that both Tim and I have experienced some changes with work, in the fact that there is less of it than there used to be. So when you come to that, you know, sort of, not like, it's not rock bottom, but when something hits you like that, you either can, you know, become a victim or you can change for the better. And I think we're both in the, you know, the eras of our life where, you know, we're in our mid-30s and we've, you know, we're not the most mature people, but we have matured past a certain point. And, you know, when something like this happens, you want to figure out a way to make it better. And there was just kind of so many things that had piled on top that I think, Tim, you were the kind of the catalyst, and Steve and I were right there behind you in wanting to make a change and really, really just kind of grasp the opportunity to make that change. And that's kind of where Project Reclamation, I think, is based in its foundation, is that we all are at the point where we're ready to do this, and we're ready to help people and get help from people. We've been friends forever, and we've seen each other struggle and be successful. And at this point, it's like, well, let's take our experiences and our friendship, and, you know, have that be kind of the tripod. We call ourselves the tripod, you know, because there's three of us, and lean on each other and lean on the other people and prop other people up, you know, and kind of have everybody go on the ride with us. That's kind of where I'm seeing Project Reclamation, you know, motivation, experience, you know, ultimate success. You know, ultimately success is what we're going for, but success is a ride. So that's kind of where I see this.
Absolutely, man. I mean, from my point of view, the way that it happened for me is, you know, I've done a lot of stupid things and great things in my life. And, you know, like you guys both mentioned, we've been friends for our whole lives. So we've all been there for that. But this one was kind of like JB said, some situations changed. And a wise baboon once told a lion, the past can hurt. You can either run from it or learn from it. So we decided to learn from it. So I think JB and I both made the decision that when our employment futures changed, that we would take that opportunity to reclaim parts of our lives. And for me, it was that, you know, I'd let my health and some other things kind of get on the back burner because I was, you know, working a thankless job. So I decided to take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and kind of tackle that. So then Steve was like, oh man, you got to like put this stuff on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And I was like, dude, okay. And then I had this idea, a podcast, a website, let's make a movement. So big part of it for me was as I started making changes, I saw that other people were inspired to make changes of their own. And that was cool. So we decided, hey, let's let's give this to more people. And, we're no gurus. We're no experts. We're just, a few guys trying to make some positive changes to our lives and improve ourselves. So let's see if we can get other people to come along the ride with us, and maybe our stories will be inspiring to some of you people, and maybe your stories will be inspiring to us. But either way, we can all kind of learn and grow together.
Well, and I feel like too, a lot of these, you listen to like self-help people and, stuff like that. And they give you these broad ideas to have to ingest and swallow. And it's like, yeah, that's really, really, inspiring. But for me personally, I'm like, I need something smaller. I need like the little small goal to have that first success and keep it going that way. And maybe that's just me not listening to them. But the way my mind works is I need like these, these tiny little snippets of success to really get to the next step. And I feel like a lot of people do too. And I think that's why so many people fall off the wagon when they're on their journey to doing what they need to do, because they have these lofty goals, and it's the distance between the next goal is so great that they get discouraged. And that's kind of another motivation I think with this, is that it's a constant stream of, here's what we're doing today. Hey man, I had a setback. Oh, that's fine. And kind of having this huge support group in following us on this journey that'll help other people see that it just takes a little success here and there. And then those little successes will add to this a huge success of whatever you're trying to do.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that, we've had conversations about motivation and how you need that big overarching goal. But as human beings, it's really hard to look at a giant step or a giant journey and figure out how to do it. So once you have that goal, you got to break that down into smaller goals, break those down into smaller goals until you have your daily victories. Because unless you're seeing some sort of results, it's going to be hard to stay the course. So that's why it's so important to take that goal, break it down into smaller parts and smaller parts and smaller parts. Take the marathon, break it down into miles, break every mile down into steps. And then every step you're seeing, okay, well, I did that. So now I can take another one and another one.
Yeah, exactly. And
so, Steve.
So if you're listening to this out there and you're wondering,
this is Steve.
This is Steve, yeah.
Steve was over there zoning out. So, Steve, reclaiming our lives. I mean, reclamation, that was your word. You came up with it. Tell me about that.
Honestly, I was driving my sweet ride, and if you guys don't know this, I have a very, very sweet car.
It's awesome.
It looks like a 14-year-old girl's dream car, almost like a Barbie car come to life. And I was cruising through the streets of San Diego, and I said to myself, "Boy, I need to make some changes in my life, just from the outside facade, even on the inside too." And I thought, well, you can easily try and make yourself somebody that you're not, or you can try and build up who you are. And I thought of the word reclamation, because it's also, you're reclaiming your life. Also, reclay, like as in like clay, something that you can mold, something that you can fix, something you can create into a new shape and resize. And that's what it was. It was just kind of retooling your life here a little bit. And I wanted to let you know, guys, honestly, the biggest thing in the world I've ever found is that people need support. People need support all the time. And you may be listening to this and you say, well, I don't really have that many friends, or I don't have, everyone I know is kind of successable.
You do now.
Everyone I know is just killing the game. Everyone I know is just having the best time of their lives. And look at me. Woe is me. But that's maybe not the case. Or maybe you just stumble on us and you say, oh, these three guys are just struggling just like I am. Man, at least I know I have that support, or at least I know I'm not the only one out there kind of making the changes in my life and just kind of struggling with those changes. So please just listen and just, like Tim said, we're no experts. We're just three regular dudes who happen to be friends, and we're still maintaining that friendship to today, even over this podcast format, because we want to just help support each other. And if you don't have any kind of support out there and you need some support, like I said, this is it. Just listen to us, and we'll certainly want to listen to you. Just drop us a line, send us some information, tell us about your struggles too. We definitely want to hear it. It helps build us up, and I'll hopefully help build you up too.
Yeah, I mean, that was our idea here. We want to build a community, a movement. So, hey, we're doing it. So I know there's people, because I've been there so many times, who you're either trying to make a change, you want to make a change, you're thinking about making a change. Steve is going to have his examples of things he's done to reclaim his life. And this is a project, so we're always working on it. I'm going to have my things, JB's going to have his things, and you're going to have your things, and maybe there's some of the same ones we have, maybe not, but our goal is to have this community, this movement, this group where we can kind of lean on each other, and that maybe you have support people around you, maybe you don't, but that there's people out there with us and you and everyone else we're there for you. We're rooting for you. We're pulling for you. And, we're going to try and dish out as much advice as we can give through our own experiences and through other people's experiences and things that we've learned. And hopefully you'll share that with us. But we just want to inspire everybody to improve themselves, make themselves better, and don't ever put yourself on the back burner for other things, especially, like JB and I both, it happened to be a thankless job where we were breaking our backs for people who didn't care. So that's why we're here, is to be a support structure, hopefully inspire you guys to make that change. And, if we can help you through it, that's what we're here for. And having you guys out there to support us, that's going to help us get through what we're doing. So that's the idea.
Well, and there's three of us that we've all grew up together. We all, we've been friends since, high school or before.
For too long.
Yeah, right.
This might be the end.
And we've all lived three very different
know.
lives. And I think that experience will appeal to people, I hope, in that, it's not three roommates that, have lived together. We're all bringing three very different points of view. So hopefully we can relate and, make it more accessible for people to come in and be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I can relate to Steve more than I can relate to JB or Tim or over Steve, So that was another reason.
Trust me, y'all. Whoever's listening to this, we couldn't be three more opposite people. I mean, we couldn't really be three more opposite people. We just happened to grow up in the same area, go to the same junior high schools, all that, and then we just ended up becoming friends. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean,
friends through proximity, y'all.
We
real quick, JV. So, Steve, I think you're going to bring the most entertaining answer to this question, or it's not really a question. Can you describe each of the three of us in your words?
All right. Well, I'm. Let's see. Here we go. I'm Tim. I'm going to go with Tim first. You got to imagine like a CFL offensive lineman, right? That happened to get cut in his 6th year, like just a big burly dude.
Why
CFL right now? Well, because he didn't make it to the he didn't make it to the pros, man. He didn't make it. He didn't make it to the U.S. pros, bro. So he's trying.
He's like,
right? But
he's like The Rock, He had aspirations for the NFL, but just didn't quite make it.
He had aspirations, yeah. The best things that never happened were probably the best things that did happen for him. No, he's got this thick burly beard that's not San Diego chic. It's a little too thick for San Diego, right? Because it's 73 degrees right now. It's January, and well, yeah, man. It's just I don't know. He looks like he's got a little bit of like the Chandler Bing hair from Friends, spiky on top, and he's just got muscles for days. But yeah, just a offensive lineman kind of body. He's good looking, man. He's good looking.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, dude. And just yeah, man. Just used to have a snore that would rattle paint off the walls, man. That's Tim, dude.
Yeah.
And then JB's I don't know, man. I don't even know how to describe you, dude. I would describe you in the same format because both y'all play football. Man, I'm just gonna say, JB, you had this last time I saw you. You had this very, very thick goatee, like ZZ Top did a mohawk right down the center and just got rid of all the side fuzz. Right, it was real thick. And then you wear a lot of flannel. You're very country. Actually, I don't even know if you wear flannel anymore, man. I just remember you always wearing tank tops and just showing off your muscles.
For all you country music lovers, I pretty much dress like Porter Wagner.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
there it is. And me being this, I'm a Chinese guy, so obviously don't let this baritone bass fool you guys that are listening. I'm a Chinese guy, and obviously I have that 6'4" frame, 240, all muscle. Look good no matter what I wear.
Steve is Jaws from the James Bond franchise. You're the original Jaws.
Yes.
Or no, wait, no. Who was the dude that threw the hat? The shoe, the hat.
No, that was Jaws already.
No, it
He was
wasn't.
6'4",
Yeah, you know, yeah.
230.
There you go.
The guy with the metal teeth.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know.
No. The big, thick
we're
Asian
all-
dude that threw his hat. What was his name?
Yokozuna?
Dude, I don't remember.
Honda,
You know
basically.
what's so funny
anyways-
is that we're asking all this information. This shows you how far we go back. 'Cause
So yeah, we go way back. So we're gonna jump off on tangents. Hopefully, you guys are entertained by it. If not, I'm pretty sure there's a little skip ahead 30-second button on your podcast app. But so that's us. Tim, JB, Steve. JB's over in Nashville. Steve and I are here in San Diego. We're here to help you guys out. What to expect? You know, we have a ton of different topics we want to cover, including motivation, diet, exercise, work. What are your anchors that are dragging you down? And these are all things that we're going to cover. But we hope that if you guys, enjoy the show, reach out to us and let us know what you guys want to hear.
Yeah,
we'd love to hear
love
that.
to hear
You can reach
what everybody
us
needs
at
help with.
Project X Reclamation @gmail.com. That's PROJECTX RECLAMATION @gmail.com. That's our email. So reach out to us anytime. Let us know what you guys want to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So that sums it up. This has been
That pretty
the
much
first
sums it up. I know
episode.
this one's kind of short. We don't really have a time length for this podcast. I can tell you it's not going to be 3 hours.
It's basically going to be like a
this one's
monkey
gonna be
humping a
about 20
doorknob
minutes,
for the
maybe
first
not
couple of
even that.
episodes. So
if you're riding in LA traffic, this may not take you very, very far.
No, you may want to wait until we got
just
6
listen
or
to it
7
over and over
episodes
again.
If you're at LA
You may
traffic.
want to wait until you're doing the Stairmaster for like 7 minutes.
and listening to this
Yeah.
over and over again will be better or worse than being in traffic for 4 hours.
We've set our goals either high, very high, or very low.
Yeah, it
So,
depends. It's all
we're gonna
depends
have
on how you
some-
look at it.
We're going to have some fun segments here in some of the next shows. We just wanted to do one that was kind of an intro so you can figure out who we are, why we're doing this, what we're doing, and see if it's something you're interested in. But for now, I'll just kind of wrap up some of the things that we talked about. Anyone out there who wants to make a change, who's thinking about making a change, who just wants their life to be a little bit better or wants to have a little bit more control of their life, this podcast is for you. This is why we're here. So what is it that you want? Figure that out. What is the one change? Then you want to figure out why. Why do you want that change? I need a new job. Why? I need a bunch of money. Why? I need to get into a relationship or get out of a relationship or a new relationship, whatever it may be. I need to lose weight. I need to gain weight. Why? Because when you figure out that why, then it becomes important to you and then you have a drive. Once that is established, then you break that goal into smaller goals and you break those goals into smaller goals. And then you have your first steps. So we're going to get into that in probably our motivation or our goal episode. But that's what I'm going to leave you guys with here today. One way I'd like to end the show, do either of you guys have a motivational quote you'd like to share?
Well, to kind of pertain to this episode, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And it sounds cliched, but it's extremely true.
I like it.
I like it. So that's it, guys. So figure out what that journey is, and then we're rooting for you to take that first step.
Seriously, come join us.
So,
Come join up in the project.
Join.
Join the
It's,
project.
yeah.
Project Reclamation.
Project Reclamation.
So, what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.